Hello African Gold Growers, welcome to a new video in African Gold Grower Academy. My name is Haile Jesus and I'm very happy to be with you in another video again. If this is the first time you visit us, let me tell you, you are in African Gold Grower Academy. In this channel, we are going to share with you powerful information how you can start strategic business in Africa that can change a lot of lives inside of the continent with low risk, with low investment. All the information we share here is information that we tasted before in our own projects, in our own businesses. And we are going to share here to give you the best tools you can start, so you can start a strategic business in Africa with low risk, with low investment. We believe entrepreneurship is the key to change the reality, to end poverty, to end the poverty cycle in Africa. And at the same time, we really believe technologies and agroecology, in special agroecology entrepreneurship, is the key to start a strategic business in Africa that break the poverty cycle and break all the problems that we have in Africa. Now, following this tendency, I want to start talking about, and I want to start sharing with you powerful information, this powerful technology that is growing everywhere, and I'm tasting in my own business, and I really believe it has a lot of potential inside of the continent, and it's about Bitcoin. Okay. Just before I start, let me tell you, I'm not an expert, I'm not an investment advisor, or I'm not an investment expert, okay? So all the information I'm going to share with you is not an investment recommendation, is not an investment advice. Just take as information, and I invite you to continue understanding this technology, continue learning about this technology, and then, you take your own decision with information, okay? The real intention of this video is to share with you what is really Bitcoin, what is really blockchain, how it will change Africa. So you have a first step with real and powerful information, how you can apply in Africa, how you can apply in your personal life, how you can apply in your business, and then you can continue searching information, understanding this beautiful technology and new disruptive area in the world, and will take decision with all this information. You will continue to search. Okay. Saying that, let's start with the video. We are going to talk about what is Bitcoin exactly, what is blockchain, what is important, and how you can win money with it in Africa, okay? Because it's all about in this channel, how to win money in Africa, making strategic businesses, okay? So let's start explaining what is Bitcoin. Basically, Bitcoin is a digital currency, okay? It's a digital money. It's a money inside of a program that is running decentralized. Okay, this is really important to understand. Decentralized. So everyone owns the program, and it's part of the web. It's part of the Bitcoin web. Okay. Now it's important we understand. It's a currency, a digital currency, and it's more important to understand it's a deflationary currency. Deflationary means that the quantity of bitcoins is scarce. It has a limited quantity of Bitcoin. Okay, at the end of year 2140 or 48 around, will be around almost 21 million bitcoins in the earth. No more. Maybe less, because people lost the bitcoins. Maybe less, but no more. Okay, so because it will be no more bitcoins, and we know exactly how much Bitcoin is producing every minute, we can understand the value of Bitcoin will be all the time going up, all the time going up, no back. Because Bitcoin is the centralized digital currency, nobody can control it and nobody can print more Bitcoins. This is really important to understand. So what is Bitcoin? Is a decentralized and deflationary digital currency in short terms. Now, Bitcoin has something really interesting and very disruptive, and this is why it can affect in a very, very good way in Africa, and it's affecting actually all the world, and especially the small economies, okay? And it's bringing a lot of new opportunities in the world, and it's ending the poverty in many places. Because Bitcoin has something called blockchain, okay? Bitcoin can work because Satoshi Nakamoto, the creator of Bitcoin, and Satoshi Nakamoto is just a nickname because nobody knows exactly who is Satoshi Nakamoto, if it's a person, it's a male, a female, or maybe a group of people. People have certain suspicions, but well, the thing here is Satoshi Nakamoto created a technology to allow Bitcoin works that is called blockchain. To understand blockchain, let me explain you first how the fiat currency, the normal currency like Naira, like Kenyan shillings, like Ethiopian birr, how works all the natural, the euro, the peso in Mexico, the US dollar, all the pound in United Kingdom, all the normal currencies, how it works. If Daniel wants to send say something, 1,000 Kenyan shillings to Zulu, his sister, okay? Maybe Daniel lives in Mombasa and Zulu lives in Eldoret, okay? So Daniel wants to send 1,000 Kenyan shillings to his sisters. So what he do is put the money in the bank and then send to Zulu. What really happens behind the scenes is when Daniel put the money in the bank and sent to Zulu, the bank check Daniel have the money, sent to the Central Bank of Kenya, okay? The Central Bank of Kenya allows the transaction. The Central Bank of Kenya also sent to the Zulu Bank, okay? And then the Zulu Bank notify to Zulu that she has new money in his bank account. Okay, this is a centralized money, okay? No matter the country where you are, okay? No matter if it's United Kingdom, Kenya, Ethiopia, South Africa, Nigeria, Mexico, Guatemala, United States, no matter, okay? Some countries put more steps behind, some others put less, but all is centralized, okay? So what's happening here? The central bank allow if the money can be passed from Daniel to Zulu all the time. The banks allow to Dan to send the money and to Zulu to take the money. What's happened, for example, in Argentina and, for example, here in Mexico? In Mexico, you cannot send cash, I mean paper money, more to 100,000 pesos. And 100,000 pesos is around 4,000 US dollars. Okay, so you cannot send or deposit more than 100,000 pesos, 400,000 US dollars. Sorry. To a bank account, and you cannot accept payments bigger than that. In Spain, you cannot pay more than 2,000 euros in cash. In Argentina, sometimes you cannot take out your money over certain account of money. In Mexico, for example, sometimes we cannot take out more than 1,000 US dollars, for example. So why? Because it's everything centralized. And you say, but this is my money. I'm just putting in the bank because I don't want someone can rob me my money. Yeah, but it's a centralized system. And nobody here is allowed to check if the central bank is saying the truth or if the normal banks are saying the truth. Okay, but what's happened with blockchain? Okay, blockchain, well, first let's start what is so important. First, because you don't have always the access to your money, and second, because the central banks can print more money whenever they want. They can print and print and print and print as much money they want. And when you have a lot of quantity of money, you have inflation or hyperinflation. That is a very common problem in many countries in Africa. Now, this picture is from the hyperinflation in Zimbabwe. Our brothers and sisters in Zimbabwe understand very well what means the hyperinflation, because this is the normal scene, okay, of many people that suffer the hyperinflation because the government printed and printed and printed as much money they needed and they wanted. So literally, this person need all this quantity of money to pay maybe, the food of the day or something like that. It's absurd the quantity of money people needed for pay something very basic because hyperinflation. Because that Satoshi Nakamoto think in a deflationary money, in a deflationary currency. And because of that, is not allowed to print more bitcoins than 21 million bitcoins at the end of the year 2140. Okay. Now we understand how the normal centralized system works. What is inflation? Why blockchain? It's important. The deflation. And now let's explain you how works blockchain. Blockchain is a chain of blocks of information. Okay. Basically, what it do is Dan want to send money to his sister Zulu. Okay, so he have maybe he wants to send 1,000 satoshi. Satoshi means the cents of Bitcoin. Okay, one Bitcoin have 8 zeros. So he want to take 1,000 satoshis or 1,000 mini Bitcoins and send to his sister Zulu. Okay. When he do the transaction in the blockchain, in the web of in the system of Bitcoin, is that directly transaction. Okay, is nobody in the center. The difference is he sent the 1,000 mini Bitcoins or 1,000 satoshis, and because it's decentralized, okay, there is a people called the miners. And the miners, what they do is all these people have to approve at the same time, have to be agreed that Dan have 1,000 satoshis and is sending to Zulu. And they have to check that Zulu is receiving 1,000 satoshis. But they don't have control of the operation. They only are verifying the operation. And the operation has a very big cryptography system that is unbreakable. Okay, it's very, very, very strong and it's unbreakable. And they only check the ledger is in order. Okay, that Dan have the money that is sending to Zulu and Zulu is receiving. That's all the work of the miners. Now, another very important to explain. When Dan is sending to Zulu in the blockchain, in the system of Bitcoin, you don't see the name of Dan. You only see his wallet, and his wallet is as a mix of numbers and letters. And you see also the wallet of Zulu, and you don't see Zulu names. You see the wallet of Zulu, that is numbers and letters. So you don't know who is who. You only are saying, okay, this wallet used to have 1,000 satoshis and in sending to Zulu, and now Zulu have 1,000 satoshis more. That's all. So the labor of the miners is verified. It's verified that the transaction is in order. So that's all the work of the miners. Verify the transaction, verify and secure the web of Bitcoin. Now, who can be a miner? Everyone. Everyone who has the money and the equipment can be a miner, because Bitcoin chain Bitcoin blockchain right now is very strong. So you need a really, really strong uh, computers, okay, really, really powerful computers. But, well, you can have a node in Bitcoin also, and you can be part of the blockchain of Bitcoin and participate in the decentralization of Bitcoin. And this is really interesting. But, well, this is another story. The really strong thing you need to understand right now is everyone can participate in the Bitcoin web, in the Bitcoin blockchain. It's super secure and is unbreakable, and it's very, very, very open. It's totally open. It's clear, and you can have all the control of your money, and you can send directly the money to the people or you want. Okay, so it's really interesting, and at the same time will have certain risks because you have to be totally responsible of your money. In Bitcoin is not reverse transaction. Okay, so it means if Daniel sent for by wrong to another person that is not Zulu, his sister, he cannot take back the money. The only way is contacting this person, saying, "Hey, I made a wrong transaction. Please send me back my money." That's all. But you cannot reverse the transaction. Okay, so you have to be very, very professional and very, very responsible with your money. Okay, one another thing, because you have in a very secure way your money, nobody can take out you. I mean, for example, in certain countries, something is happening right now in Mexico. If you are saying something bad against the government, okay, the government take your money. Okay, they frozen your bank accounts and they take your money. So in Bitcoin, it doesn't happen because you have totally control of your money, and this is really, really interesting. Okay. Now, once we understand what is Bitcoin, what is blockchain, what is so powerful, let's talk about why Bitcoin is good for Africa. Number one, because it's a deflationary currency. As I told you, deflationary means with the pass of the time, all the time is growing up the value of this currency. It's like the gold. It's actually the new digital gold, actually. But it's more sustainable and it's more transportable. It's really, really, really interesting. Number two, easy access to the financial services. It's very curious because Africa is the continent with with the most quantity of cell phones, or the most cell phone connection, or the most quantity of cell phones per capita in the world. But at the same time, it means a lot of people have access to mobile telephone in many areas. It's very, very well connected in the internet, but very few quantity of people have access to the bank services, okay, to the financial services. So in Bitcoin, it doesn't happen. You only need a cell phone. And with this cell phone, you can literally open an account in literally 1 minute or 2 minutes at most. You can receive and send Bitcoin. Okay, it's really, really, really easy. So you can have access to financial services. You can buy Bitcoin in your cell phone. You can send Bitcoin in your cell phone. You can receive Bitcoin with your cell phone. But also you can do something on other things. Like, for example, you can receive loans because you have Bitcoin, or you are inside of the cryptocurrencies ecosystem. You can, receive a stake. Stake is something I will explain in the next slide, but it's like receive dividends because you invest in this crypto. Okay, you have a lot of benefits to work with this technology that you don't have in the normal economy, or it's very hard to many people to have this kind of access. For example, the farmers in Ethiopia, there are a community of coffee farmers that are receiving by a smart contract the payment in Bitcoin. It means they send the coffee to Europe and the Europeans, the customers, pay to the farmers directly in Bitcoin, and they receive directly the money. Farmers that literally live in the forest, okay, in a very, very, very rural areas, ways that doesn't have highways, for example, or in many places don't have electricity, but they have cell phones and they can receive Bitcoin because it. This is really powerful and this is really interesting. Now you have total control of your money, as I told you. There is a big problem in many African countries, the hyperinflation, because we don't have control of the decisions that politicians take. We don't have control of what allows the governments to do or not to do, or the banks what allow us to do or not to do. And another very important thing, because blockchain, we can break the corruption cycle. Because Bitcoin has invented with the blockchain technology, but doesn't stop here. Okay, Bitcoin is only the first cryptocurrency. Actually, right now is the strongest. But Bitcoin is also the pioneer using this technology. But now we have smart contracts with the same technology, with blockchain. We have NFTs. We have a lot of things that is coming because blockchain. And I will explain you in another video. But what I want to explain you right now is because blockchain, we can have less corruption. Okay, you can have totally control of your properties. You can have totally control of your ID. For example, in Ethiopia, the Ethiopian government is working with Cardano, that is another blockchain, another cryptocurrency, and they are working to put in the blockchain the students and teachers' IDs, the students' cards, the universal ID, okay, bank system, or financial services, for example. So you can have control of everything. In Ghana, the Ghanaians are working with another blockchain. I don't remember which blockchain is, but they are working with them to put in order the land. Okay, so your land title, your land title will be in the blockchain, so nobody can take your land because it's registered in the blockchain. They are coming very powerful, very, very, very powerful and wonderful change in the government, in the financial, in many other areas in the world, but specifically in Africa, because blockchain and Bitcoin. So, saying all that, I want to explain you now how to win Bitcoin in Africa, okay? Because it's the most is the question you have to you are doing to yourself right now. Okay, Haile, how to win Bitcoin in Africa? The first way to win Bitcoin in Africa is accepting Bitcoin as a payment method for products and services. Okay, as a payment method for products and services. This is the easiest way. Okay, this is the way how I'm doing right now in my business. I'm accepting Bitcoin as payment method and actually another cryptocurrencies in my business. Now the thing is, I'm working hard to explain what is Bitcoin to my customers, because we are literally the early users. Very few people is using Bitcoin right now. We are working to educate our customers, to explain the benefits of Bitcoin, how they can buy Bitcoin, how they can acquire Bitcoin, how they can pay with Bitcoin. This is the hard work. But if you accept payments for your product or services in Bitcoin, will be the best way to do it. Just search information about how it's happening in El Salvador. search information how they are doing. The people in the street are receiving Bitcoin as a payment method. Now, there is something really important, because a lot of traditional investors or traditional financial people or economical people will tell you, no, it's very risky because the price of Bitcoin go up and down very fast in a very in a stable way. Yeah, but what happens if everyone is using Bitcoin? And this is what is exactly happening in El Salvador. If you receive Bitcoin as a payment and your customers are normally using in their daily life Bitcoin as a payment, and your suppliers are using normally Bitcoin as a payment, if your product costs 100 satoshis, and for example, let's say, for example, to me that I sell hamburgers. The bread maybe cost 1 satoshi, and maybe the meat and the lettuce, the cheese, everything else, maybe another 10 satoshis, and the French fries, another 5 satoshis, and I have to pay the rent, the water, the electricity, the taxes. All these things maybe are another, I don't know, 20 satoshis or 30 satoshis, okay? So I understand that the stable cost of my product. If I can pay the meat, the bread, the lettuce in satoshis, okay, I don't have many problems. Because if my suppliers accept satoshis, no matter if the prices up and down, they always allow the same payment. Okay, I mean 5 satoshis for this, 10 satoshis of that. The next week maybe the price is very, very high, but it will be still 5 satoshis or 10 satoshis. Okay, will not change a lot, because if many people use the technology, the economy will work in a hyper-Bitcoinization economy. It will be the normal price. It's like, for example, when a country uses a lot of US dollar as the normal currency, okay, nobody is watching exactly which is the price of the US dollar. Okay, they normally use as a standard. So this is really important to understand. Is the easiest way to win Bitcoin in Africa, but you have to do the work of educate your customers and your suppliers. This is a hard work because we are literally starting with this technology. The second way is mining Bitcoin. As I told you, you can mine Bitcoin. You only download the program and put your computer to work, but you need very, 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 very strong computers to do it. So it's a very expensive way to win Bitcoin, and it's not easy way to win Bitcoin in Africa. Have potential? Yes, because we have a lot of electricity in Africa, but it's not exactly the easiest way to do it. Okay. The third way is making a staking. The exchanges are the websites where you can buy and sell Bitcoin. Okay. So the exchanges like Binance, Pexful, there's many exchanges in the internet. They need something called liquidity. It means they need to have certain quantity of Bitcoins or any other cryptocurrency to sell and buy. Okay, when people want to sell or when the people want to buy. So, because these transactions, the exchanges win money. When you give your Bitcoin to these companies by a period of time, they trade with your Bitcoins, they win money, and they share with you a quantity of this money. So in the exactly term of Bitcoin, the staking is that, and you can win money with it. How much? Around 4 to 5, maybe 6%, depending of the exchange, by your Bitcoin. Okay. Now, as an investment, Okay, you can make investment and win in bitcoins. For example, my favorite, and which is working more strong inside of the continent, is the Sun Exchange. The Sun Exchange is a company that put solar panels in certain companies, in certain buildings, in certain farms, in certain factories, and they use your money to install the panels, and the owner of the business or the school or the building will pay you back the value of these panels with an extra interest, and you can receive it directly in Bitcoin. And this is really interesting. The investment ROI is around 10% per year. So I told you again, my favorite is the sunexchange.org, and the other one is the easiest way is to buy and hold. It means you buy Bitcoin in exchange and you hold it. And actually, this is another of my favorite ways. I buy Bitcoin and I hold it. And I hold it, I never lost money. I'm 1 year in this ecosystem and I'm not losing money, because the price in the long term always go up. Always go up. So it's really, really, really interesting. That's are the ways how you can win Bitcoin in Africa. This is why Bitcoin is really important in Africa, how you can change the reality. Now, we can make a lot of projects using blockchain. We can make a lot of projects using Bitcoin. There are a lot of ideas, a lot of solutions to explore. And I invite you to still reading, searching information about this beautiful new technology. And I will be making a lot of videos talking about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, because we decided this year to change the strategy of African Gold Grower Academy. We are going to share with you a lot of powerful ideas and knowledge about how to start strategic business in Africa with low risk, with low investment. But at the same time, we want to make an NFT project, and I will explain you in another video what it means an NFT. What we want to do is teach as many entrepreneurs or young Africans or people in Africa how to start strategic business in the continent successfully with low risk, with low investment. But then raise money selling the NFTs and choose from our students the best projects and invest in them. Okay, it means that the NFTs will be a way to help powerful ideas to grow up, okay, or to born. Another thing, the NFTs, and I will explain you, as I told you in the next video, what it means an NFT. The NFT will be membership to African Gold Grower Academy. So you can have access to the virtual boot camps, you can have access to the online courses, you can have access to our mentories, a lot of things because you have the NFT. So we are building the project, we are building the NFTs, but we are going to work very, very, very hard in this item, because we really believe this technology can change the world. It's very sustainable, very, very, very sustainable. No matter how much energy the people or the news or the Western media told you the Bitcoin is wasting. Bitcoin is really sustainable. And in another video, I will explain you why Bitcoin is really sustainable. So, saying that, I invite you to maintain a very deep investigation about Bitcoin, about blockchain, and how can change the life in Africa, and how you can apply in a strategic business in Africa. Saying that, remember, this is how we grow in Africa. Bye-bye.